go do a little quick journal on today's trade. We don't have our mic, but we're good for today. So today, how many trades we took? That was yesterday. Which one should we do now first? Let's journal the loss interest first. What? When are you gonna join? Right, 11. Now you can watch the videos after this.
You can watch them on YouTube.
Today we traded, man. We lose 500. We then make 1,000. So we are up 500 overall. Yeah. Let's start with EURUSD. So we're gonna need to journal this. So this is our first trade on EURUSD for the whole week. We've just been trying to catch the moves where we just keep missing the price not coming into our end area. It's not coming into it. Today we had this first area, but price didn't come in here. At 2 p.m. we will kind of start to identify this low here, and we have taken our trade based on this, but price end up taking us out. So we are down -1 on this trade. So we need to journal this to journal that we have our head core up. So I'm gonna add my name here to that trade. Who do that trade? That was Thursday 12. That was EURUSD. That was a bullish market. We were trying to go 50-minute entry. The price retested. This is what we use. Price did this. Did they retest it before we take the trade? That's the question. So you can then take this because obviously it did that. And here is 15-minute reverse. The reversal that we was looking for. It didn't happen on 15-minute time. Obviously, yeah. And then we can take this. And our stop loss was somewhere 20 pips, which is 1.15. So that was our stop loss, and we was done at -1. Really good numbers actually. So -1. And was there a valid setup? Yes, because we did have everything we were looking for to get in a trade. It's kind of dead from there. Retested, we have a bullish engulfing and price step past. So overall it was a valid setup. And I'm not going to add here. Another 5 loss. Account balance after that. So if we was at 998 minus plus is 572. So and we took another trade on US30. was 15 minutes. 5 minute option. 5 minute entry. Nice. See how beautiful our car is. Price retested. Yeah, obviously we were retesting this area. Yeah. So price is retested. Yeah. Yeah. 15 minutes reverse. That's reverse. So, and for this, our stop loss was how many do we have this? What's risky? And basically, based on our risk management, we want to 2030 hours. So we double the risk that we would basically want to incomplete 1 to 3 hours because we took some profit and price again is when it was pulling back. But overall it's 1 to 2.35 hour. We have this trade that is safe. 2.35 hour. So when we can hold one oops, get this way as 2.35 hours because you know like your risk to reward it, you know like how much and it do yeah, I think it's coming numbers. Tell me 2 point stocking out USDs or not. So if you wanna take minus sign here, not that one. You can change these two numbers to basically a text. But yeah, can it only take numbers. So take this simple. Yeah, we have 2 point something R and we will get a value here. Yeah. This trade all we needed. Even if we had way 15 minutes into we would have took that trade. You know. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. 15 minutes entry would have been here price gone, but overall this was a valid setup. We're gonna go back here, check this. What not would we tell to ourselves on this trade? So you see how easy it gets for us to just journal data.
Record our life, bro. Track this. This.
And you know that days at some point you can get to see how many days you trade in a week, how's the days are going. So you can just check their calendars to see what days. Yeah, man, this is discipline and consistency. Now we can see most of our entries with the paper. Yeah. It was once just a plan here, now we actually feel it. That is just as simple as this. So now we know that trades are journal. So it don't matter. Whatever is here now is invalid because tomorrow and today is not the same.
It's not the same.
We don't care about tomorrow yet. So any of these that I have here, they will just now be used. I'll just learn from them for future reference. But for this, and nothing really here. So even this too much drawings there, I like it. I'm just gonna check this EMS for now. Alexa, volume 4. Alexa, volume 3. But yeah, you see how well US30 is even retesting this. I just simply just take this off there. But if you can see, price is literally just breaking this area. So I highlight it, retesting and continue. Breaking this area, retesting.
See the wow. Just need to make so much money.
From now, US30 does the chart. Don't look. Chart.
What's going on?
Fix them. That is great. Yeah, we're back. Well, now the charts are clean. We know tomorrow is coming. Which pair we gotta start with? So let's start with EURUSD. Now let's just take this. But the charts look so clean though. It actually looks clean now, bro. It looks fucking clean. Yeah, because it's really relevant. See, that's what I mean. Like, when the market just take me out from the moment I take that trade, it's better for me. So, now we're planning a lot. For that, this would be EURUSD. We break 15, around to 16. Hoping this could go to 17, but we'll see. Think EURUSD, nah, we'll just go with that. These days it's just been more rapid on the London session, but again, we just gotta do this shit break by break. So this now to even be more greedy because we know the flow on EURUSD is going crazy. We have our idea on the time frame here. Obviously, this our main analysis time frame. I was see the break and retest here. This is literally what I was kind of expecting to see New York today to retest above this area. You know, with this area, it's the daily high prices here above here. So we can start to fall above that structure. As long as we are trading above here, there is nothing else we need to focus on except buys. So, it's fine. EURUSD breaking above there. Now it's retesting it. We can now start to see some nice flowing above it. So that's calm. Again, we're just gonna try to understand what structure we're in. On the daily time frame, we now know we have made that higher high, but price is not showing any sign of pullback yet. This was nice fucking trade. This was nice. price is not showing any sign of pullback on the daily time frame. We just see nice daily candle rallies, continuation. So there could be another continuation. Tomorrow is Friday, the last day of the week. So the market might just continue to. So, but I like our getting so much. But again, what you should look for is now obviously price needs to make a higher high here. Seeing that higher high, but price is not showing any sign of pullback here. We can just continue going a little bit. Maybe run into these psychological numbers. We can see it's kind of rolling from psychology to psychology. So we're gonna see. We go on to the 4 hour. We see the structure in the same sense. We're taking this. You teach yourself to see structure, but this is not a structure. Take this and this. Press switch to create new highs, making new higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is the higher low here, because we can just call them double bottom. So it's just fake. So we now make one a new higher high, make one higher low. The price they come close above this here when this move up. So this is not the higher low. We then do another low. We still within this until this break. When price pull back here, did they do it? Nah. We still pull back and continue making zero higher lows. Higher lows. So it's building up
That's
momentum.
where the show up is down.
Yeah, so that is where and again that happened right above the monthly high, and the time is 6 in the morning again. Then 2 continuation. But we don't want to get in a trade here or here, we want it here. That is why we didn't take this trade. So but now that we're making a new higher high, obviously we're gonna expect pullback. So this pullback, now we have one candle pulling back, and it's kind of still in this overall market is bullish. This will have more data on the lower time. So again, we go with the same structure. Where did the 1 hour structure end? When we take out this structure here, obviously this is now all one leg from here to here. 1 hour we did have a record structure here, but 4 hour we did it. Even though we have higher low here, price then make a new another higher low, then we will eventually make a new higher high here. So this is the higher high. We have 2 candle pullback. Again, not enough pullback or clear enough for us to use it, because why? Price did give us this formation and continue going high. So now we know this was the structure. Higher low here will have what? Higher high. I'm expecting a higher low somewhere here for price to continue. But with this psychology and this reasoning behind it, you know exactly where price is. So for that, we'll go on for 1 hour. We are now above area of interest, but EURUSD, I'm expecting there's going to be a pullback at some point, because when price take out swing structure, it needs to pull back in some sense. But now the way it's holding above the swing structure high here, it might start to trade above it a bit, but we want to see more clear continuation trade to be able to take it. So 1 hour, this area we was looking at is no longer valid. We're just gonna see this psychology breaks 15 running to 16. So now we're between 16 and 15. For 1 hour so far, we know it's showing some bullish sign, nice rejection again. 1, 2, 3. Showing some sign of swing formation, and again reading the news and everything tomorrow, because the dollar is weakened based on the CPI. There's very high chance that they can continue going bullish. So with all this reasoning, you should be looking for more buys on this pair. But again, if you want to see like more potentially area where area is equal, because looking at it here, you know how soon die down from there, but I can stop this market from going to wherever you want to go. Like there's nothing really here except we're seeing liquidities here. Our See, never USD can nicely come and retest this stuff. Because if you look here, look at the break. When did this break happen? This was 2021, July. 2021, June actually, sorry, June 18. This is when we break back below. Yeah, this is when we break back below this psychological level. That's actually this is actually key actually.
Now we in the market on this time.
Yeah, yeah. This is fucking sick. Now this area is actually really interesting now. On areas we brought to target this market. Actually, be patient. Whatever is gonna ask us for, let's just be patient and up for it. But when it comes to time, there is a strategy we're gonna use. It's called patiently aggressive. Now we know where we are, bro. We can be patient, but when it's time to go, we are gonna have to go in. This psychological level here is actually interesting. Deploy areas is running back into here. Trust me. Because look at it. By the time it gets here, we know what we may expect when it gets here. By then, the dollar might start to strengthen. And I'll show you the dollar. You know, when you the weekly trend line that we're seeing, it can bounce there. It's literally almost there. But you're seeing this psychological level here. 120. I feel like it's a clear corporate. Bro, this psychological level are like magnets to the numbers. They literally just want to run from the special that we're breaking 15. So I'm just gonna put this to June. June color. We're gonna crown this, make it to put one right on the 15 as well. You know what I mean? So we know what number is breaking. We get on the dark charts actually. I wanna see the levels on this line. Let's make it clean. Just gonna change this to black. This you only see structure, that's why I like it. Perfect.
Clean.
Now we know for the fact we have areas the very high jump. Let's just be patient and just continue with that structure. Enjoy that show again. Enjoy that show. These ideas here, I don't know, man. They just becoming reality. I swear to God, like the market is actually just making sense based on what it does. And bro, again, if you look at the reaction from this psychological level number, when we first step into it, what happened? It just dropped below it. Now you're seeing the breakout above it. It's indication that okay, now we're clearly breaking this cycle. Yes, look at that structure, but look at these numbers as well, because this number, when one psychological breaks, it's just gonna try to run from one to another. And because again, if you look at this, we just run from 10 straight to 15. We pull back. So this 15 breaks here, it's just a retest basically. Now we're breaking the 15 again. Expect price to retest it. You can retest even and hold above it or retest below it and then do some nice bounce from here again. But this for now, as long as price is above it, we're gonna expect it. If it's retesting it, it's gonna have to hold it. If it gives us the signs, we can see some nice retest on here. But this breakout can continue going for days. Yeah, because we aiming to make a new higher high. We don't know where the higher high is gonna happen yet. The market is not giving any sign for this yet, so we can just have this daily candle trying to run into this psychological level. Trust me, these levels are literally like a magnet for the price. But I like it. So EURUSD, we're in a nice upward move. So for our break this. So now this is even gonna save us because we know what zone we're trading. we know we have just make a new higher high. So anytime frame we're looking like 1 hour below and all of that, we know above here we should expect price to just continue going higher. So this area that we have here, we can even take a look below, but we know where prices react now. This area is so important. Seeing that rejection that happening already, stabilization. So for this, tomorrow we're still gonna aim for nice buy. I feel like we can catch a nice buy on EURUSD to break this into two. We can just go ahead and take 17,500. Let's just make this red and just make it one. So now we know there is very high chance EURUSD can run into this. Once we break this, we can run into this. I like that. I like this trade like this. I feel like EURUSD is in a nice uptrend opportunities right now. So this will be like 250 pips. Yeah. But so for that tomorrow, see where the EMA is at, the perfect line. You see how I draw this line on the daily and just crown it. Sometimes it just gives you the perfect, but you're taking it from the daily. I'm all out on the line, you can see. So it's just perfect for that gap. But now, again, looking at the trend, we're just gonna go ahead. This will be the high, but save ourselves, we can take this. It's just double topping. That's why we make the higher low here and create a higher high. So with this recent leg that we're in, it all started from here. I'm not gonna take this area here. I wanna keep this chart clean and do most of the entry works on here. So now I don't need this area. It's too far. This area, it's okay. I don't think I need it. So I'm just gonna deal with this most recent one. So now I'm just gonna do quick analysis on this daily time frame. So instead of putting the psychological, I'll leave it here. So I'm just gonna analyze this day because the way I'm seeing the price, so we need to try to catch for the continuation moves, analyzing the daily time frame now. You know what I mean? So we're gonna analyze this daily time frame. Now we can go to 4 hours, see how this lines fit perfect. Okay. Now we know it don't matter if price pull back and give us the higher low. This is the secret on this share. So 4 hours, it's perfect. Now we know this was yesterday's low. This yesterday's high. Okay, so now price is doing this. It's coming from the high, obviously. So even in this case, if we're gonna look for sell, because now we kind of starting to see all the expectation around EURUSD that it might pull him back and all of that shit. But it's uptrending. Let's focus on the buys. No man, I'm telling you, don't shit. EURUSD gonna uptrending sometimes it don't matter. Price don't pull back so often. Like that continuation crazy moves will happen on a random prices that you don't expect. So you just need to focus on the buys and see what will make you enter a trade. So in this case, if this is the daily higher low here and this is the higher high, potentially if this is new higher low, I don't give a fuck if the price just break a swing structure here. I'm just trying to go with this flow. This potentially if it's making this higher low here, we need to go and take out this and make a new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me to be able to catch this counter trend that is showing here, I want to see some change on this, like maybe by New York. So for now, obviously we was expecting this trade today. That didn't happen. We're gonna go and take New York. When prices are approaching at this time, we're gonna ask ourselves the same question. So currently, we can still deal with this one. Because as long as New York market, we're gonna expect price to come
Yeah,
back.
I like this.
put this here somewhere here. 5. I'm just gonna show this. So that would be something like this. Because this is the most recent structure.
Yeah.
So yeah, so for now, EURUSD, these pullbacks that are happening here, I'm not really interested in all of this. As long as we're in this leg, price needs to either take out this high and give us some more reasoning tomorrow to see if we can catch continuation, but only if we find area of interest. If not, for now, I'm gonna just chill and just maybe highlight this area quick there because it's that is actually now making this change. Now I can take this or this for the but stick with this because this area is just some interest that I'm seeing. I'm just gonna take this 15 minutes. And this that check this on the 5 minute real quick. That would be this. So EURUSD now we can just come back here and continue with the move. There or here. So if we catch a continuation from here, I just hope he don't come before 2 p.m. bro. But usually these days it's just been buying more during London. But again, it's just in our interest if they come. If we see price lacking around these areas around our trading time, those other days. Yeah. That would be another interest of area to be looking at EURUSD, but this is our key area that we're more focused on because that's the structure. Yes. Last night you remember we was here. That is why we was expecting it to come here. But price just continued by making a serious high. So these are high. Is this high or low? It's looking like it. As far as we can see, the price trying to go above here. We want to see come back here at least for this time. So we can now say we're gonna buy for the. I think that is this for EURUSD. We can catch some nice fucking trade on EURUSD if we stay focused. If we stay focused, we can catch a nice trade on this pair. This is interesting. But yeah, this area is taking this the higher time frame. The higher time frame structures will make these things so perfect. I like how EURUSD is trying to behave with this whole trend. It's looking like clear 500 pips, I think.
This is crazy.
Oh. Yeah. This might start to play from this week if it started. Next week we can just start to see nice content. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll get that. But that stuff for EURUSD, to be honest, I'm just gonna set my alerts. Yeah, if we are awake, price come here and give us good reason, we can try to see what happens. Yeah. Just try to see how I put this below here. I'm not expecting price to hold this. Worst case scenario is the trading below this order block here can start to hold it and proceed for the pullback. It will be interesting because at least I want to see EURUSD pullback in this area. This back in this area at 16.7 pips pullback. That is when it can have more momentum to push higher. And even from there to this high here alone, that would be 120 something. But yeah, I think we need EURUSD. We probably not gonna catch any more trade on this weekend because like it's kind of almost done. Yeah, but I hope we don't even catch any trade so that we can expect this pullback by next week. With that, we're coming on US 30.
Restaurant.
Gotcha, that's by US30 today. Oh, that's fine. So let's see what we're gonna go in the future on Dow Jones Industrial. It's called Dow Jones Industrial. Dow Jones Industrial. Now I need a little bit of these colors. My eyes are done. This was all the key areas we're predicting this trend. Yeah. Eventually, what end up happening, price hold above this area one more time. Let me just take some of these old ones there. Let me just take something there. Are they all just gonna come? Yep. Yep. So for that, we were taking this loss here on S30 on 1 hour time frame. I was only focusing on because the structure was still staying the same thing. Nothing changed from the previous structure on this previous videos. See when we were making high here, here, making this high here. Obviously, we're taking this, we didn't take this price, then we will make a high low here. All these lows are happening before this, so this is the higher low. Price just continue going, buying, making a higher high right above here, which is this. So this higher high, when this happen, we have 1, 2, 3 candle price pullback. We end up finding support around this previous high here, which is this lows here. And today's buy is just happening basically from here. But you see the structure that we're still in. Higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. Why? Because yeah, we did only close here, and now potentially higher lows. That is what gave us this more clear confluence to take a USD in this trade, even though it's kind of still like ranging. But when we see this breakout, we're going with structure, we know this high, high. So that is why we have nice pullback here. And I was looking at the EMA as well. Price was retesting above it clearly. And the daily start to see some rejection. And this candle close while we're in the trade. Of course, we take the trade from that 5-minute time. But yeah, we're still in this structure, making a high, higher low, potentially aiming on ES30 to go and take out this high. Give us a new high. High is still the prediction of ES30. So this is the current area of interest on ES30. I'm just gonna take some of these off here. They're not valid yet. We don't need them to take our attention. Is super going on. So this area, just make it look calm. Put this down here. Price was trading above here. We were for to be. If you had taken the trade early before this time, you see this week here would have traumatized you. You would have just panic out on this thing. Price is just breaking this low, and you're gonna be hoping for price to come back down here. That is why the trading times are important. With that, price respectfully held it. And as you can see, we catch one trade on US30 was lost. One trade we only win 1 to 0 point something on this trade. not too much. Second trade, and today was the third trade. Price was around here. As you can see, we catch this trade come nicely. On this area, we was looking for price to break out after we start to consolidate in there for so long, from 11 to almost 130. That is when we have that breakout close and we took the buy. But that is the on EURUSD. But again, with the idea we're looking for US30 to go ahead and take out this high that we're having here. So that means for us that it's higher potentially chance for us to be able to catch continuation. But for that, we're gonna leave here on the 1 hour time frame. I know US30 is bullish. Again, we're closing back above the monthly high. US30, if we keep continue trading above this high, continue buying. So I'm gonna go here for now for 15 minutes. So right now, to be honest, to be honest, so these lows that we're retesting this high now are gonna become our first area of interest. This weeks here. This is the rejection where this whole candle and doing the same thing. So yesterday again I guess stupid and that's why I like it. It's the one is it can be really close that for close to the entry point, but they will never tap on this one.
Yeah, that's why we have so many.
Because if you see what it does here, it's gonna do more likely the same thing. Demand here. But again, to be more clarity on how we want this, see these exhaustion weeks on the 1 hour time frame are basically why it's represented this order block on the 15-minute time frame. So again, we have another area here, but we're gonna focus more on the 15-minute time frame and try to align the 1 hour. So 15-minute, this recent move that we're in, it of course started here. As you can see, this last week was one that actually moved started from over here. This is the last one. So we have these two areas on yesterday. So for this, I'm just gonna take a this week is interesting. It's really interesting. Again, if you see what it does on the other day was on Monday. That here, you can start to see the same thing far here. If you take this, basically I'm looking at this low here. This will be the structure. We make a new lower low instead of making high lower high to make a lower low. We break structure. So this, looking at this, will give me more idea to get the whole structure. So it's just this. Now we're having a high. So this is the rally that we're in. We just want a retracement on this. So we don't know if that is gonna come 50%, negative 38%. We don't know. So we're just gonna try to focus on the most recent. This retest, if you come to negative this number 0.78.60, if pullback and come back down here, yesterday is gonna bounce aggressive. Very bad. And that area is literally aligning with the same area we take from the week here. See where it's aligning here. Yeah. So for this, I think this just gave me some more idea on yesterday. Again, wherever US30 pull down to, we can expect that it's gonna go all the way back up to this negative 0.727. So if we come here, our target will be here somewhere. Again, makes sense because we're looking to take out this high. But from where US30 is currently, we don't know if it's gonna pull back or not. We just gotta have these areas and just wait for them for the trading time. I'm just gonna delete this for the sake of giving my chart. Perfect. I like it. I might even set that all up. Okay. That I like. Yeah. It's the can do a nice fucking bounce again. Nice bounce, bro. And it's gonna be a nice one. The next move, wherever I start from these two areas, it can just be bouncing from to just take out this time. This area looks good. Because again, just a break from the monthly. We retest it and then break below it. We now can retest it again. Or we can just do the usual thing that we're starting to do. And maybe take this for the liquidity come here in one candle drop. But yeah, yesterday Tuesday trade, Wednesday trade, Thursday trade. Let's see what we can go for Friday. I think Friday is looking for that buy opportunity. We're basically just going with the trend, man. Nothing else we do. So again, psychology level here. There's very high chance we can now break this and run into that 43,000. Yeah, I think this is literally based on psychological numbers, what the retest area that we're looking for, 42,750. But for now, as we are above here, let's just see, man, what price does. If you just continue going, just do some nice rapid move before our trading time again. We just usually just going to adjust either one of these. So that is literally all we have to do. And that is that for you very steady as well. We just go through all our trades.
That's great. I was just falling asleep in the corner here.
So with that being said, leave this for now. Stay on the higher time. Just keep watching structure. Let me just take the X1 very quick. Yeah, man. If you see this, bro, this was it Monday? That's literally all I did on the X1. Highlight this, take these two here. I was waiting for breakout and retest and dump. It's literally this is golden here, bro. Price was literally here around that time. Break this structure here, making it low. Price coming back into these areas here, giving me the confirmation. The dollar start to sell. We retest again, giving me the confirmation on this candle. The dollar start to sell. Why?
Oh, this knowledge is crazy. It's spoken to
Yeah, man. So as long as the dollar is dumping to magnetize this number here, and again, that is another psychological level. EURUSD is very high chance it can continue going. You just need to pay attention to the EURUSD and try to catch that movement. Again, the same logic. What did EURUSD just did? Breaking structure. What did dollar just did? Breaking structure. So that is just another thing you can implement. That's it. Yeah, that's good. I can see now the dollar is just dumping back to the levels that we wanted. Potentially bouncing from here psychologically. nice, very nice, very nice. It's crazy. Yeah. So with that being said, this is it for the DXY as well. Mm, yeah, just gonna put this one there. Just, yeah, that is nicely respecting this hold. So let's see, man, if you stay below this for, if you find nice buys on where you start. For this, the same thing that we're expecting on the USD to pull back. Same similar thing on dollar. The dollar can buy a little bit up to here. But the USD will have nice. And this is it for the charts. Tomorrow there is no news. There is premium music consumer sentiment at 3 p.m. But by then we should be in a trade anyways. Just gonna end this live.